Okay, hopefully all of that is working how I want it to be, because I definitely know that it's, I don't know, tough enough to keep the game itself in order and all straight in my head when I've been away for a month. Not an ideal way to play Disco Elysium, full of detail as it is, but that's what I've got to work with. Gone away for, traveling and things. There's a guy out here reminding us of Kate. Hey, thanks for stopping by. This not only am I lost, it's weird to get back into the scheduled thing as well. hope you're doing okay. Hope you're having a decent day. I one of the things that makes me like infuriating to like talk to or message with, I think at least from the perspective of friends, is like an inability to schedule. And then here's this game where it's like counting down to, I don't know, terrible things happening in game, and then there's a bunch of things that you can choose or not choose to do in the meantime, and I feel like it's targeting my weaknesses as a person. I'm trying to center myself on where the hell I can go next. I've had the boombox up for this long. I don't know if I can keep it that long. I looked at it and it's bugging me. I can't have that there. Yeah, but hello for some regular gamer time on a regular Sunday night. We're definitely putting that away. It's some funky tunes, but as a person, you gotta have a break. I wonder what kind of. I feel like I'm not doing good with any of the stats, but I'm definitely looking at rhetoric in here. Okay, so up next we're talking to edgy teens, I believe.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
Something's gotta be slightly different after we successfully made it into communism. You keep looking off to the side. What are you looking at? Or... oh, okay, yeah, basics. It doesn't all have to be ideological. Is that bed in the coal room yours?
Oh, not only have you found my address, you've discovered my biggest secret. I'm a coal miner.
Edgy teens is an oversimplification, isn't it?
She does have eyes that seem to be smeared with coal.
Perception, I think that's a fashion statement. I think that's the way of the Egyptians. Hello to you in the chat, Jojo Pop. saying gay straight away, you know, just some reinforcement. I've got a big old stripy shirt, in fact, to reinforce this. And okay, disenfranchised youth of this game, what are you saying? We can ask for real if she's a minor. Am I gonna have him believe that? He doesn't have to believe that. Don't you have a real home? It's not the nicest place, but I guess it'll have to do. Real home?
Does anyone in a city like this?
Okay, artiste. Okay, poet.
If there's pain about any particular home she's lost, she's buried it deep, fortified herself against it.
Ask if she's a minor then, since it's free, you get a free ask.
Yes. I keep hoping a shaft will collapse on me, but somehow it never happens.
I need to have a better image in my mind for Shaft. So it's not the nicest place, but I guess it'll have to do.
It doesn't have to do anything at all.
What?
Nothing does. Like me. Right now, I'm doing nothing at all.
Don't you get afraid of not doing enough with your life when you're doing nothing? I mean, I still do nothing, even I get afraid of that. Other questions,
Piggy.
then?
It's what you do, isn't it?
I think we've asked basically everything. I think it's pretty much exhausted in here.
The lieutenant is desperately searching for another handkerchief. Hatred, disgust, It's difficult to tell which of the two is more present in her girlish features. The woman on the boat does not notice her staring.
I knew that one of these days Joyce is supposed to, like, move her boat. Wonder when it's happening.
That is on her. Someone's
Harsh.
gotta keep an eye on her.
Well, we've been in here, certainly.
On a first name basis with her, are we? Piggy's moving up in the world.
Could we say I don't like her either? I guess it's unclicked. You can just say. You could be neutral.
Pig's not half as dumb as he looks.
So that's one way to ingratiate yourself. Alright. There's Humus McCumus appearing for Bisco Elysium. Silly words, and the way that they are formed. Again, to me every time. I did try this door, right, and that was already cool. I think I had a decent look at things. Hi. Okay, and then this is how I got up here in the first place. I'm kind of curious how much I haven't explored in the apartment complex, in addition to being curious if/when the game could break. I'm glad to see you back. I'm glad to be back, but definitely nervous about how much I've lost track of in such a detail-rich kind of a game. I have all the notes that I possibly can have at my side. Do I just go into places and steal people's shoes? I just take people's postcards, I guess. There doesn't have to be any I guess about it. We're just doing what I know as a federal crime of stealing people's mail. There's a random change. Okay, the notes that I have at my side, I don't. Okay, when I look in the journal, I feel like I don't have any particular leads about the person who is the most present and yet the most unseen so far, the so-called lady driver. And so that's the person that I'm the most curious about, even though I know it would bring her to ruin. It's a promise of ruin if I do meet her. And then I want to have time for things like if there's any more setting up the rave to do. That's in my notes here, actually. And okay, it feels bad to okay, I'm worried that I would miss out on dialogue if I hello Kim, you're in the wall. Hello. I would miss out on dialogue if I send Kim home, let him rest or anything. My wall buddy. Is everyone just a ghost in his life? Even Kim walking through the walls. Don't leave me, man. Yeah. I feel weird about dialogue that I might miss, but at the same time, it's like approaching midnight for them. It's approaching midnight. We've got to send him home at some point. Send him to sleep at the very least. And there's it's like saying you dare play games instead of pray for the poor soul of pre-born pre-baby duck. Who am I subscribed to? I would be surprised if in any of these streams I had suddenly broken into prayer. If you found a clip of that, I would be shocked. What is that? I hope you're having an alright sort of a day as I try to find my bearings in here. Yeah, I guess I do. While I do have questions about this apartment complex, I mean, it's not in any particular actionable way. So I guess we just hang on out. I guess what I'm curious about, because I tried to do a little review of my own footage, and like okay, it's not useful to be apathetic in the face of encroaching artificial intelligence, apathetic or rolling over the slightest, but I did click on the AI summary feature of like my own video, because I'm like, what? Is that gonna entail anything at all? Is that going to be a better memory than my weak human flesh? It wasn't really. The machine still has no idea what is going on. But alright, let's head over to Joyce and see if I can ask about the pail. I don't think that I
You're back.
can.
Good. What can I help you with?
I had questions about reality.
More lessons in basic reality? My favorite part of the day. Go ahead, ask me anything.
Conceptualization. And you can't put anything else in there. I mean, rhetoric is supposed to help with things, though. They're saying it's 4 a.m. or something, definitely not. Every single time I try to guess at what time zone YouTube is speaking in, I feel like it's always shifting, as if you were on a plane or something. Alright, so I guess let's take the rhetoric, even if it's not what we need at this exact second. You just haven't got anything. There's just nothing to get. And there's nothing that you put on.
Glad to have been of assistance.
No little hat that helps you with conceptualizing. Little hat, or would it be glasses? Items? Well, I mean, there's postcards. I could have sworn that, okay, yeah, glasses can help with your visual calculus, but the actual concept where you're putting things together in your mind, it's got nothing to do with anything. Okay, there we go. Okay, quiet sort of, a little streaming, quiet sort of, a game of time. Right, so let's walk on over here, and I want to say that if I knew in real life, that if I met somebody that I'd never met before, that I only heard parts of, and we've like walked in the same circles, if that were happening in real life, and I knew that something bad would happen to them if we actually met, then I would not try to meet them. But this is the gamer world, where bad things can happen whether you want them to or not. I say as if that doesn't track for reality as well. Right, so you're parked right on over here, and I can report a dead body. I still haven't done that, I think. I'm like an extra
Inside,
dead body.
you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a
Might
pull-out
have,
toolbox,
actually.
and the soft
Very
glow
much
of the
might
fuel
have.
preheater gauge.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
There's asks to connect to Sylvie. I mean, I am digging for extra detail. And you're saying that you got woken up by the notification and your beauty sleep is ruined. Don't worry, you're going to get so much spouse, it'll be spice. That's the plural of spouse. So we could connect to Sylvie again. It's marked as unexplored, but I don't think there's
Just a second, officer.
much there. Does she pick up at midnight? She shouldn't. She shouldn't.
Sylvie Malaika on the line for you, officer.
Well, we're all sleepless these days, aren't we?
Yes. Hello?
It's the police. Again.
Oh, great. What else do you need, detective?
We could ask to grab a cup of coffee. It's too painful, and yet...
Please, no. Not this again.
Yeah, okay, this is
trying to
also too
impress me.
painful.
Sounds like it's going to be bad.
We
Do
could...
you really want to know?
And we don't want to
Right.
know what happened.
Anything else?
Okay.
You hear the call.
Anything else
Just
I can help you with,
just a
officer?
quick look in there.
Just a moment,
I did
officer.
report the body, didn't I?
10-4, come in, officer. Over.
We could say that you've lost the gun, but there were some good checks. Oh, but we have found the badge.
10-4, sir, glad to hear that. I'll write down that there is no need to issue a new one to you then. Over.
Camaraderie, business, it's real.
Feels good to get that off your chest, right? Celebration with beer.
The way this guy lurks at every turn, your alcoholism is a very strong part of you, Harry.
Roger that, 10-10, over and out.
There we go. Alright, so I think I do remember reporting it. Not enough to not go in there in the first place, but let's go around. Just jogging around. Well, there was actually fast travel options, but do I need to click on the exact right places? Talk to rave people. I'm sorry for the overtime, Kim Kitsuragi. But we can. There's, it's like they're saying, good to be here though. I wish I watched all the gamer streams, but now there's too many. I won't watch them. It'd be a death sentence. And I feel like saying that I've like hurriedly tried to summarize or like get the Cliff's Notes from my own playthrough to know where I am in here. I feel like that's not the greatest vote of confidence either. Everyone in here. That's a solid 6 hours of sleep at most. For Carrie and Kim. How's the project going? I see that your neighbors have moved in, but all I hear is erotic dance music.
What? What did you say?
I mean, maybe the music could be helping. Just because I brought the club into your science lab doesn't mean it's bad. It doesn't mean it's wrong. How's the project going?
I can't hear you. The music is too loud.
How is it going?
Oh, the project.
We shouldn't give up.
Well.
Oh, okay.
There's that guy. I need him to plug a 3.5 cable into the auxiliary input so that I can route the audio signal through the mixer into the speakers.
And we could ask her to repeat that, but I mean, there has to be some advantage to having a different crackhead control your life, and that is that I have subtitles. Why don't you just ask him?
He doesn't listen to me. He only ever seems to care about hardcore and Yekukata. A place to be, apparently.
Well, we are the bridge between Disco and Elysium. That's us. We'll speak to him.
Thanks. Maybe you can get through his magic rhymes.
Okay. I mean, her impression of him is spot on, though. She can be a DJ too.
Let me know how it goes.
Yes. Yes, of course. Wow, okay, he's just spitting rhymes.
The young man behind the mixer deck acknowledges your return. When he looks at you, he squints as though you were the setting sun.
That's a good piece of dialogue to be coincidentally holding a flashlight for. No, don't miss anything in the chat. You're saying it's okay to miss things, so much content. I was kind of just thinking about the amount of content that goes on in the world, so we're the setting sun, are we?
This is hardcore.
We could say nothing.
Hardcore!
We could still say nothing?
Hardcore to the mega!
We could. How long does that go?
Internally coherent.
That's what you've meant by this all this time? I mean, I guess that's a synonym. Because incoherent would be falling apart, which would be soft. Core. We could still say nothing or say, I was wondering if you knew who killed the mercenary hanging behind the whirling in Rex hostel. We've never really talked shop with him, have we? Yeah, okay, I thought we were gonna come over here for something else, but yeah.
Good morning, yeah! 1, 2, 3, Yekokata, the place to be!
I love your energy still. I'm beginning to think this doesn't have anything to do with the case. Well, I mean, we could say that, but we could pry further to make sure. What does it mean?
Yekokata is a hardcore place!
I also feel your difficulties, Miss Researcher. Okay.
Back to the heavyweight jam!
Long-shaped trees grow on his silver belt buckle.
Hardcore!
There were more options
Hardcore!
in here. We could ask if it's really...
Yeah!
We could say the track doesn't sound that hard. Okay, I mean, if we're trying to pry...
Spinning out lyrics since the day I was born.
How can I not have faith in his presentation of himself?
And the amount of lyrics I got is against the law.
I need to apologize to the researcher instantly. I need to... Hey, Hijinks, also known as Hijinks Arcade.
Yes, what is it?
Well, there's not really any update on Egghead. Miss McGinnis has said, one day I wish to dance to this music with others. They went so hard on the soundtrack. I feel like if you ever got into urban exploration and found a really good abandoned place, that would create the perfect vibe. We could let her work in peace, or ask about the 2mm hole. Okay, so I didn't get anywhere with that. There's this. There's Hijinks Arcade saying he just got home from the doctor.
You got us in,
Ooh.
cop. I can't
They
believe
are
you got us in.
eating. Wait, okay, no, that's another friend there. I thought the crab man was lurking, just on edge about the crab man. Wow. Hey, I hope the doctor's visit went okay. Hope you're doing well, Hijinks Arcade. Trying to defeat Egghead's dialogue maze. So there's maybe something in there. I'm interested. I am interested. I'm keeping the hardworking lieutenant up past midnight, but I'm still interested. What we got in?
With wonder in his sharp eyes.
Yes.
Between you and me, I don't know if you've noticed this about me. I'm a little suspicious of authority. But you really came through for the hardcore underground.
Well, now I feel bad that my last dialogue was criticizing the hardcore music. It is hardcore, I'm sorry. I was lying to try to get something out of him.
Yes, you really came through for the hardcore underground. How come?
Kim, have you considered that I'm hard?
Andre is busy cutting some slightly less lame, but still quite ungainly shapes on the church floor, sweating profusely.
It's the first episode in Disco Elysium back, by the way. Let me know if the audio levels are alright.
Estelle using her contact mic to listen to a tree underwater.
Underwater? I mean, I don't quite see the water, but...
The one with the large head is blasting the dance track on repeat, while the stained glass window behind him is rattling from the bass.
I feel like if they got enough people in here jumping at once, the window would fall, and that would be a strangely abandoned church religious symbolism hard moment. We can say the kids got spunk, I admire that. Better here in the tent than in the tent, or I'm genuinely into the hardcore lifestyle you wouldn't understand, or say I'm a corrupt cop, Kim. This is all a corrupt scheme, or I did it for mankind, for all of mankind. God damn. Every single time. I start to get more of a sense for the dialogue options I won't get to choose more than one of. We could say that you're genuinely into the hardcore lifestyle that calls to my heart. This one seems more aligned with the playthrough. I'll follow my heart. We're genuinely into the hardcore lifestyle.
Okay.
What?
What he means is, you're right. I do not understand. Do whatever you have to do to keep your nose out of the bottle.
You know, yeah, okay, I guess I would have harsher words for a superior officer that has me out past midnight. So Noid, what do you think about the church?
It's a miracle of carpentry. Dead bodies carved into total shapes. Now it can be something more.
I mean, it's one hell of a place for a club. How old do you think it is? Yeah, we can ask everything, I guess.
That's right. The first settlers built it, plus 6 more like it, on the coast here. Was one of the first things they did. Must have been really scared of something, but I understand.
Scared of something? Okay, for a building that has an inexplicable anomaly of deafening silence, the talk of fear scares
Alone
me, I
on
guess.
an uninhabited archipelago, forced to face themselves and nature.
Yes.
Pre-industrial quantities of solitude. The sea, perhaps something more fundamental.
What's more fundamental than the actual literal sea?
He means something paranatural.
Okay.
He must...
I would want to build a safe place for myself and my own as well.
Are you feeling a kinship with the people who started a religion? Then you're going to start a dance religion. What style is the church built in? Yeah, does he know?
A cop who's into building critique. Okay then, this is folk DeLoreanism. Lawmonger, huh? It's a subset of early DeLorean architecture.
He actually knows? I mean, I figured the question was there because he actually knows, but it's exciting to think he actually knows. What's this architecture like?
Total. Everything between an ancient concrete cathedral and a glass cube is DeLoreanism. This is just an homespun version of it. Folksy stuff. Early mass production. They made thousands like this. Does that help you out?
Early mass production. I mean, that tells me more than glass cube or ancient concrete, I guess. What would a building look like? I mean, I know we're in one.
Like that woman there. Vertical, thin, white. A false image of grandeur.
Why'd you say white like that?
So the system is up there. You're at the bottom. They really dug that power vertical.
And the architecture reflects that power structure, does it?
Like to show off large and intricate structures. Arches, spires. Put you down with them. They were really into painting everything white too. Virginal shit, you know. Marriage shit. Virtue and tyranny.
You can agree marriage is shit, or marriage is great, marriage is sacred. I mean, that doesn't give any room for accepting what's happened to you. That second option. We could say the church isn't painted white as far as I can tell. Well, not to be unopinionated, but I am genuinely interested in environments and stuff. It's not painted white.
Stands to reason it used to be white on the outside, before the sea wind took all the paint off.
Well, that comes off as oddly symbolic with what you said earlier.
Slowly, peeled by the wind, your skin crawls from the sensation as you look around.
I am being rather fascinated in here. And what's going on in the chat? Saying you can defeat Egghead's dialogue maze. I think you need to talk to him. Okay. I think I've gone 2 paths that I know of so far. He vexes me as a being. He vexes me. So do you think? I remember when I was a DJ working 9 to 5 at the club. Those seem like terrible hours for a club. Those seem absolutely horrible. Your boss would load you with work, mixes, scratches, remixes, report your boss for harassment, yet DJ Ankle from HR Hard Rave got the promotion and you were fired, bass dropped. That's the funniest way to describe being fired as a DJ, not to be insensitive. And we can ask, what do you mean by dead bodies? I mean, I did see carvings from presumably wood. Assuredly wood, logically wood in the shape of bodies. So why would you say that it's dead bodies? Tell me.
Dead bodies are perennial plants.
Okay, of course, yeah.
Sigma functions left
Sigma.
this place. It's a good thing we came along. The spiritual collapse has been total.
And would you say that you're counteracting the spiritual collapse, or... I mean, you could be a third thing. But if I've talked to them and gained, I don't know, enough from them, it's definitely the sense that, yeah, they're spiritual about their music. Tell me about it.
I saw some piglets suckling their dead mother. Have you heard this one, Cop Man?
Maybe not.
After a short while, they shuddered and went away.
Hey, what am I supposed to feel about that? First the stark reality poetry from Cindy, and
They
now...
had sensed that she could no longer see them, and that she wasn't like them anymore. What they loved in their mother weren't her body, but whatever it was that made her body live.
I was so caught up in the vivid imagery here, I lost track of that was supposed to be about the church. The church. So it died as a place, it died?
End of quote. This is an high-quality carcass. The power of anodic beats and hard bass is needed to reanimate it.
The addition of hard bass in here. I know it means so much to you. I felt music very much so myself, and yet it's... I am picturing Skrillex as being part of your scene somehow, and to me that is inherently making me a little giggly, even if it can be highly meaningful. Where's the quote from? Or religion has stopped being hardcore? What are you saying? Can I please click more than one of these?
A Sarais man who lived a long time ago. An ancient hardcore brother.
You are extremely well read, and had I not taken up the communism quest, I think I would follow you. Religion has stopped being hardcore?
It never was. A 3,000-year-old regime of history, built by hundreds of generations of self-appointed intellectuals. It's false to the core.
I need to bring my new communist friends to the club. But you guys said the Ecclesiastes were all about love and hardcore before, remember? I even agreed with you about the Ecclesiastes being okay with this. You proposed dance music will supplant the system. I want to pry at your incongruities to see what's real within you, man.
I only said unity. One word. Figures of authority always misquote you.
Sure, not to prop ourselves up as untrustworthy.
Andre doesn't care about the Ecclesiastes.
There we go.
He just wants the operation to run smoothly. And Egg is a demi-beast.
I'm getting
You shouldn't
that.
listen to what people say.
Okay.
You should listen to what they are.
I'll try to. Mostly I hear the beat repeating and dropping, which is pretty good, but you could say I agreed with you. Sure, drive that
But
down.
were you wrong? The founding party is okay with everything. Look around. They don't have enough love for the human crew to oppose anything anymore. We're on our own.
That's still a lie. Reassert yourself.
Authority. What are we asserting? We could say it's perfidy. You lied to me. I'm tired of people lying to me. We could say that wouldn't be cool. I want to be cool. You know, I almost put that in my ways that I'm planning to introduce myself to real people in the real life. I want to be cool. Let's be cool.
Mewling wimp. Pathetic.
Alright, authority. Well, okay, will dance music supplant the system?
Anodic dance music.
Specifically, okay, yes.
Regular dance music wasn't hard enough. And yes, I do.
I am going to need to see, like, really good dancers, like better dancers than you currently have to believe in your music fully, I think.
You know what this kind of stuff goes well with.
Don't you have to be on drugs for that, though? Or say I don't need to be a Wait, is the first one inherently narking? But I'm too curious now, I can't.
Only a little.
We could say cool.
It's a necessity. All large human gatherings are narcotic. It's just the way of the spinal cord.
My spinal cord would actively speak up in a narrative voice to agree with you.
There is a difference between narcotics and group elation. One kills you, the other does not.
To be safe, instead of narcotics, everyone just jerk off really fast.
The supercharged humanism that the innocentic system has been feeding us on giant city squares, that's not a drug. The sugar and wheat it feeds us is healthy.
He's getting philosophical around here. Okay. On the one hand, a little bit sorry that I brought Kim Kitsuragi at midnight 30 for philosophy. On the other hand, valuable. I'm valuing it.
Forget it. It will become an imbecilic discussion. You two continue. It's more hardcore that way.
I'm so sorry, man. I'm so sorry. Please take all our salary as overtime.
He does not feel left out. In fact, he probably just wanted to say hardcore.
This is amusing to no end. I've still got on the nerd super suit. I need more of the empathy up in this church. We can ask how they like the glass work, and what have I missed over here in the chat, talking about matching Noid's vibe. He's a super cool guy with some interesting opinions. Some of them are good, some of them are maybe not, but he's a gender non-conforming icon who's pretty accepting and open-minded. Really, really open-minded from the thought of it. There's good conversation. He is strangely knowledgeable about the carpentry. Why would I jump scare? There's something about reading that even. There's what he's saying. The fact that the hand with the flashlight moves when you navigate through the options, it means he can see them. He can see the user interface. He's implied to be able to sense the supernatural to begin with. So, I'm gonna say yeah to that one. I'm gonna say, he maybe is sort of trapped within a screen and sort of aware of it. Like, he maybe, just like me, he doesn't have a good sense of what his face looks like at any given moment, or whether he's wearing shoes or not. There's... Well, let's ask about glasswork.
I don't. Fuck her giving me the evil eye.
So you don't like the glasswork. That's her innocence, Dolores Day, mind your words. Oh, are we religious? getting some real negative vibrations from her too. Or you wanted to get inside the church and now you don't like the stained glass window? Talk about your feelings. I'm getting negative vibrations.
No wonder. We have to get rid of it. Dismantle it. Can't dance with a giant mass murderer looking at ya. Not a good look for the club.
Okay, but if you got enough people in here, 100, 200, you all just sort of bounce in unison, it's structurally unsound that it could just crumble and crash all at once. Now that would be extremely unsafe. But if video existed in this world, then that would be one hell of a thing to record. Look, it would be a treasured memory.
Mass murderer. This is a house of love.
Oh, infighting?
Mass murder on the floor!
Alright, DJ. You need an audience now. You need more of a... Okay. How much religion is in you, Harry Dubois? We can say she's the innocence of humanism. Humanism seems to be a pretty big deal around here. I mean, it seems to, but you were just born. What do you know? But she's pretty. Yeah, but like, who isn't accused of being a mass murderer these days? That the deflection of real atrocities is hitting too close to the actual news cycle. I don't think I can click that one or I'll vomit. The resettlement programs we're totally okay. I'm a big fan of resettlement programs for some reason. Harry, you're remembering so much all of a sudden. I do feel there's something terrifying about her. Would you say she was human, or I'm done talking about her? I think that I can click more than one of these, so let's crack it open one at a time. Knowledge.
Humanism leads to eating sugar and pigs. Humanism was invented to mass produce billions of humans. Billions of humans can mass produce hundreds of billions of pigs.
That's weird to think about from the pig's perspective. What?
And many, many more tons of sugar.
I'm glad I got my logic up.
She liked games. Her legacy, the thing we're living, isn't real life. It's a strategy for some kind of victory against a long dead opponent. But yo, I'm only the Noid. What do I know?
The Noid, the humanoid. Okay, we went deep. Let's go shallow. She's pretty.
She invented the beauty you're feeling.
What?
Seeing her glass cutters and iconographers, you set the standard, alright?
Man, I mean, I like the idea of exploring other standards of beauty. Harry, you're beautiful. You hear that? I'm saying it from out here. You're beautiful.
Then you meet it. It's effective like that, but it is also very soft of core. That so-called beauty of hers.
Not hardcore, you're saying. So we can say I like it hardcore, then it seems I like it soft because it's anything but softcore. It's terrifying. If I double down on the terror, does it become more true?
You may be onto something, cop man. She's got those mass murdering hips.
Okay. Do I click on the deflection? Do I not click on the deflection? I mean, I like finding out the maximum amount of detail. The resettlement... I look at the chat for a second. As you're wondering about being secretly hardcore, mass murdering rich religious white woman, understandable. There are some really good egg headlines being put out here, and you're talking about how Noid is laying out the philosophy and calling Harry out for his basic as fuck. Hear me out. Yeah. So we could double down on the terror. I don't. Okay, I feel like this one could almost be amnesiac curiosity, even if it's making me nauseous. Like 2 seconds ago, 1 minute ago, making me nauseous. But I wanna crack this open. Brute force knowledge. What's up?
No one says Arno van Eyck is a mass murderer. The Anodic pioneer Rietveld is not a mass murderer. He is not accused of mass murder.
That's super straightforward, honestly.
Likewise, No one says Jermaine Egghead or Andre are mass murderers. You can live entirely outside that suspicion. Billions of people go about not being guilty of mass murder. Just not her.
I'm curious about the resettlement programs, but not enough to be a fan of them. So I do feel there's something terrifying about her. This is the next option up here.
There is. She is a party repellent and must be taken down before we can begin partying in here.
I think that would be... You have to find like-minded people about the music and also the taking it down, because that would be one hell of an inaugural party. That would be legendary.
No, that's not it. It's something more. Something closer to your skin.
Closer to your skin. Does she just look like someone you loved? And so if she looks like someone that he loved, then do we say take her down, crash it, destroy that window? Or keep it all? I mean, I'm kind of curious what Noid says about keeping it. But either of these are very reflective of your trauma, Harry.
The speed freak's eyes narrow with suspicion, as if he's looking at a man possessed.
Not the vibe? Just not the vibe?
It's not coming down. People are gonna love it. It'll be like our thing. Plus it keeps the cold and the rain out.
I mean, not necessarily. Not necessarily. There's gotta be...
There is.
No.
Destroy?
Will do.
So it's just part of your plans to destroy it anyway.
No, Noid. Stop twisting my melon, man. People are gonna love it. It'll be our thing. Plus it keeps the cold out.
That's an ongoing discussion. The Jupiter Triple Z stopped by with some singing. Hey, it's a chill and philosophical kind of game stream up in here. There's YouTube Society going away to sleep. Hey, have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. Remember the eggs. I remember the eggs as delicious. Thank you. And there's Hijinks Arcade saying that's a perfect response to the type of people who say everyone's called a mass murderer in response to facing comeuppance for horrible things. There are plenty of people who live outside the suspicion of mass murder. So many. Incredibly many. But I want to say, if I wanted for some reason to argue in the worst faith, then I could be like, every second you're mass murdering things in your gut microbiome. Why would I say that though? It's exhausting just to even start. Would you say she was human? We're deep in the philosophy, would you say?
I like this question, Cop Man. She did not live the life of a human. She lived like someone who's playing a game. The life of an operator.
I mean, you have to acknowledge horrible people as human, or else you shun your capacity for evil, and thus your capacity to change away from it.
That's not the life that humans live.
Sure.
She was adored. Humans aren't. I don't know about you, but they hate me. And they do not think I'm innocent, or some shit like that.
I don't know. I've seen fandom assign innocence to many people undeserving of it. And what are you? You're in a game that has a fandom. You could be innocent if somebody wanted to skew it that way. They can say they hate this too. Point to yourself. Is that reinforcing your woes or just acknowledging them? I don't know what you're talking about. I have thousands of fans. I'm surrounded by love and support all the time. Or we could say she was a player. She played us all. It's just a game to her. Well, okay, that's an option that makes me feel bad out here. And I mean, I do have a lot of points into Superstar Cop. And I feel like if I say it, it's not going to change his worldview whatsoever. I'm surrounded by love and support all the time. We're manifesting it? Are we meant?
Fame is a false existence.
Okay.
It doesn't happen inside the head.
Okay. And then he lets go of the suspenders and he hit his chest with a slap. Fun outfit stem then. Well, I guess. Unless for some reason I wanted to be a fan of resettlement programs, then I'm done talking about
What a
it.
strange choice of words.
That we don't want to think about her anymore. Rhetoric, I've only just put an additional point into you. Imagine I'll be hearing more from you lately.
Caustic, overflowing with negativity.
You talk to each other in a way, don't you?
That can't be healthy. What's happening here? Why do you keep coming back to this window?
In the months being away from this game, hadn't remembered his connection to the window. It's all rushing back. We can say everything's okay. You could say, I don't know, it's a nice window. Acknowledging that you don't know gives us the potential to eventually know, so you don't know.
Well, you shouldn't.
Oh.
You shouldn't come back to this anymore. Stop talking about it, please.
Volition, that's hard to hear when I trust you. Because I'm of the opinion that safety comes from certainty, and certainty comes from gathering as much knowledge as you can. It's, you can't ever get there entirely. We can ask how they're settling in, though. He has a dance club.
Hard to say, Cop Man. Signs in here are distinctly wild. Gonna take a while before everything's properly synced.
Sure.
I did get to talk to the crab man, though.
Ooh, Tego?
Anyway, he's been giving me kind of a psychic rundown of this place.
I just know that you and him vibed way more quickly than you and me, huh?
Dude's seen some crazy shit, but he's actually a lot like us.
It would be a little bit funny and eerie at the same time if you somehow merged into one super religion of silence and rafters and dance. We can say all his mother's love stuff isn't too spooky for you, or his sobriety stuff isn't too restrictive for you, or what do you mean? I'm curious about all of the above.
Have you been listening to what Egg's been saying? Love is hardcore, man.
Alright.
The mother's love is the hardest core of all.
You know, I don't feel like I could define it as easily as you do, to the same standard as you do, but that's really lovely, though.
The man picks up on stuff, and he knows a lot about the church. I got a lot to learn from him.
If I come back here in a year, will you be in a loincloth?
Good thing you didn't squash him.
Yes, what did he tell you about the church? What's with the clothes? I mean, all of it, I guess.
The crabman's been lurking here for a while. He's experienced things. Things that give off bad signs. As far as we can tell, the Ubies built this place about 320 years ago as a sarcophagus.
Is it haunted? Were there dead bodies here?
Not like a literal sarcophagus. I'm just being metaphorical.
Well, that's kind of worse in my opinion, due to the pinpoint of silence. If there's not a body of a person, what else died? What's it for?
Encasement, confinement, of something they were afraid of. Something new and unheard of on the Isla. I think that's what the crabman is experiencing when he climbs around upstairs.
Well, you better climb up there to check. I mean, I would climb up there, but as you can see, we're getting on in age.
Like, this is some old world shit the Ubies had heard about. I thought the best way to deal with it was to build a church, surrounding it, to contain it.
I have chills. Contain what exactly?
I don't know. And it's not something they properly understood either, what it does. But it's what this Sona person is looking for. And trying to measure. It'll be fruitless though. She won't be able to measure it. People like that always want to measure everything. All those things they really can't.
I mean, hey, never know till you try.
The wood creaks as a gale blows by. Outside, dust particles fall through the darkness, settling down on the age-bleached floorboards. The structure does not feel particularly durable.
We can say that it's not structurally sound in here. Or we can say, why do you think she's gonna fail? Well, if I'm only allowed to click one, why do you think she's gonna fail?
Seems to be the trend around here, doesn't it? You can't measure shit like this. It's not like substance.
I feel like she's gotten pretty far. As much as one can. And we can ask if the doomed commercial area is related to it. Sure.
Like a concentric ring spreading out, the struggling villages. And that is what caused the communards to fail in defending the beachhead. Yeah, a lot of failure has gone down around here.
Well, I didn't expect him to connect it that gracefully. Is there any merit?
I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. It's not a thing we can answer, cop man. Even I have limits. I'm a limited size person.
Okay. We check back out the chat a second. Wondering about the perfections of Dolores Day and imperfections and the psychic damage from the mass murdering white woman. It's striking how much Noid is getting along with Mr. Diego the Crabman. And Upis, Lillian, and Leo. Oh, so they're the originals of this church, maybe? Something new and scary on the Isla that they built a church to contain here. I'm just feeling just incredibly spooked about it. I feel like in fandom discussion, I've heard it referred to as a hole at the center of the world. Failing does seem to be a recurring theme, but Sona has come closer than anyone else at measuring the unmeasurable nothing. Right? I mean, has he even talked to her before dismissing all of it? Just have a conversation. It's a little bit inspiring over there. We can say if it's without substance, there's nothing to worry about. Let's talk about the structural soundness, I suppose.
No, it's pretty fucking unsound if you ask me. They should have built a club for anodic music around it instead.
There we go.
Anodic music will definitely contain whatever we're dealing with.
Well, that's a statement that has a success condition and is therefore prone to failure. You think you're stronger than the failure around here?
And if it can't, well...
I guess a non-committal shrug is all there is. Nothing to worry about then, huh?
Maybe you can figure things out, cop man. I think we got on a good level here. The signs are syncing up well.
Wasn't sure if I tripped over our words exactly, but why are you so suspicious?
Suspicious people are esoteric people. We don't go around spilling everything to Johnny Law. They don't call me Noid for nothing. It took us setting out for this whole enterprise to get our signs synced.
But why are you called Noid?
It's short for paranoid.
I was thinking humanoid all this time, but I guess that's more of a science fiction kind of a term where you relate to creatures that aren't human. Okay, what good is being suspicious, or what are you suspicious of?
A reasonable question. Say I get hurt. I want to make sure it never happens again. So I analyse the situation. Exercise caution. Caution is suspicion.
I just said something like that for the way I operate as a person a few minutes ago, didn't I? Wanting to know more about things to be safe from things. It's the opposite of how Harry tends to function, isn't it? What are you suspicious of?
It'd be easier to list stuff I'm not suspicious of. I'm not suspicious of sound and colour.
You could be.
Mechanics and chemistry also have a trueness about them.
Okay.
Most anything else deceives. Wants to steal your life away.
Well, if you lived in an age of algorithms and social media, you could be suspicious of mechanics as well. Sound and color. I mean, I guess you could be suspicious of those if you had some eye or ear degeneration. Or, I don't know, swapped bodies with someone.
This is a good, dangerous line of questioning. You should prod him on.
Is this a cop impulse? What are the most suspicious things then?
I don't have a top 10 list of things I'm most suspicious of, but if I had one, the left-right complex would be number 1.
Sure.
Number 2 would be their sole accomplishment, the pig-wheat paradigm.
So mostly structural things that you feel helpless to change. We could ask, does this mean you are mentally ill? I'm going to add that to my list of things to ask people, I guess. I'm gonna have so many cool introductions tomorrow. And tell me more about the left-right business. What's suspicious about the production of pork and wheat? Well, let's start too.
I prefer not to. both ask the wrong questions. Any spark of light from either one is accidental. Their combined movement's only concern is producing enough pig and wheat for everyone. The end goal of humanity. The original mistake was assuming that words have more being than bodies. That's what led us astray, far from our true lives, but we may yet find a way back.
I almost feel like I'm getting what he's saying, but also that there's enough vagueness wrapped up in it that I could also entirely miss it.
Whatever this true life is, you feel it's the real centerpiece of this mythology.
What's suspicious about pork and wheat?
It's our only shit.
Yes?
We should make better use of not being animals or cereal grain ourselves.
Do we feel that different though? What's bad about being a cereal grain? Having enough food could be a precursor for greater things. What's bad about animals? Animals are cute. It's our only shit and we suck at it. You could say animals are cute. How about it? Greater things could be anything. Cute is like color and sight based, right?
Nothing. Animals are cool, guys. I like animals too, but that doesn't mean I have to be one myself.
You don't want to be a cute little piglet? Well, we could say that was stimulating,
His
I
eyes
suppose.
flicker.
True life, clothes. I wasn't sure if I wanted to be in the club for more than an hour.
Life is true
Game
if it's
time.
free from fear, an internal division among oneself. And others, mankind has seeds of greatness in it. A germinal will come, a return to trueness. It will be hardcore.
So, are they like if hippies didn't... If hippies had like a type of electronic music versus twing twang, I'm on the guitar, well, how would you return to the true life?
Beats and bright lights to shatter falsehoods.
Sure,
Nerve impulses for the collective body.
that is
We
hippie.
are very much alike in basic structure. An hard enough beat would awaken everyone to a truer calling. In unity.
This is completely fascinating.
Just like that, the speed freak is right in your face, his eyes burning. His comrades look on worriedly.
The kind of conversation where you get a little spit on you.
The young man is dead serious about this.
So, is that a noise-based society? What does hardcore mean to you? They've explained hardcore a lot, so what's noise-based?
Many non-Occidental cultures share a beat at their art. Thus, they are closer to true, hardcore life. There's just never been enough of them, and they had to rely on some extremely basic percussion.
Well, do you have any interest in learning from those cultures to see what has already been established, what you can learn from? What does hardcore mean to you?
Utmost dedication. Thoughts from the spinal cord. It's a potent superlative as well.
Then I can see why mother's love as a concept is included in there.
Egghead usually has a better concept for the hardcore. He just really likes saying hardcore.
Perfect.
Hardcore!
Right on cue. I feel like that should help progress the egghead dialogue maze, but I don't know, probably not. Well, every single time you speak it up, it's beautiful. We can say that was vague dedication, superlative.
Maybe you're being too specific about it. Try consulting with your spinal cord.
The spinal cord always says to do cocaine, so I'm afraid of that.
Oh yeah, sure thing.
So conceptualization, which you also need for the pail and everything. We can ask what's with the clothes.
They're hardcore.
We could say he looks like a woman with those earrings. Does anything positive come from that? I want to say, if you just figured out you're bisexual, then I'm gonna look at this and I'm gonna say there's a world where it's not a hate crime, even though I'm a cop shining a flashlight in your face. So do we point out the womanness?
You know what I think? I think man, woman, and child are arbitrary divisions which serve to bind humanity to serfdom.
Serfdom specifically. That's beautiful, Noid. Thank you. That's partially why I wasn't thinking you were paranoid. I was thinking you were humanoid, which is, of course, devoid of gender. So that's it.
They're just clothes.
I thought there would be more to it. Like you could tell me what it means to be gay.
It's just a style, you know, normal hard style. Anyone can wear it.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad that went as best as we could go. I feel like there should be more bonuses if you are bisexual in general. And so there's autosaves and things to look at, things to think about. Will I keep Kim out until
She's
actual
whistling a melody,
one
her trusty
bedtime?
contact mic attached to a wooden pulpit. At the sound of your footsteps, she stops what she was doing and turns to you.
Things I've missed in the chat are failure as a recurring theme, trying to talk to Joyce again eventually. Since I was like nearby at the very beginning of this episode, I tried to stop by for a second. It won't let me put more points into conceptualization, which I want to know. I wish I knew. I wish I could feel, know how this system works exactly. Like, do I drain one to boost another? Could that work? And then I could have like a bunch of conceptualization, or maybe there's no going back. Let's talk of pro science and exhaustion. Oh, so no centrism out here, huh? Is it centrism to establish something entirely your own? Maybe it's sort of a deliberate turning away from what's already been established. And there's calling the left-right complex in the first place has just been a way of politicizing morals in the first place, but I don't like the idea of saying that the people who have equal rights are the same as people trying to take them away. I think what Noid really doesn't like is capitalism, the pig and wheat thing. Right? And then, but the words that he uses are like inspecific enough that you can like draw one meaning or another from it, while still being specific enough that you sort of feel like you know what's going on. There's a line in that conversation where he mentions wanting to piss off the sex system, which is why I mentioned him being a gender non-conforming icon. That's, oh my gosh, those are things that you will miss even while being thorough. Hello,
Hey there. I've been recording some new audio from all these beams and rafters. The sounds travelling through the wood are pretty cool. Creaks and stuff. Like you're underwater, you know? But like, underwater inside a tree.
So that's why that was announced in her little narration.
And yes, I'm being more like Contact Mike, alright? Don't even bring it up.
We could say I wasn't going to, but Contact Mike is something. He was really passionate about Contact Mike earlier. I mean, it's gonna be cut off, so I would start that way.
No. I actually wanted to thank you for getting me and my friends in here. And we even found some new associates, such as they are.
You were the most afraid of the Crab Man. Do you like the Crab Man now? Have you met the Crab Man? How's everyone doing?
Good, I think. Noid is getting a read on the place.
Okay.
I think he finds the carpentry very impressive.
I can tell.
Andre's been setting up the compressor and dancing. Egghead's been keeping the party up. He's got the stage under control.
It's extremely dedicated. It's been hours.
Sauna, the programmer, she's doing whatever she does behind that radio computer of hers. She doesn't talk to us much, and the Crab Man hasn't shown himself, thank God.
I thought that Noid talked to him, so you've been so focused on the floor you didn't see Noid meeting the Crab Man. And what about your associates?
Sure.
Oh,
you helped us out.
Nice.
I can repay the favour. What do you want to know?
Ooh. Well, that could be very useful. Potentially, I feel like I want to have more of a solid grip on the main investigation, and like probably I've found all the witnesses that you could find other than a perpetrator. Okay, tell me though. Tell me everything.
Ah, she's a bit odd, I have to say. Doesn't talk much. I'm not really sure how to vibe with her, you know? Seems like she's not in a very good mood most of the time.
Well, I mean, you could just offer to help plug in some cables or something. It's a bit hard to hear, though. Actually, she's studying sound and so are you. It's funny that they wouldn't initially vibe then.
But earlier today, she told me about Welkins, and she seemed oddly happy, like she had some idea with those little creatures. Some artistic idea. I didn't really listen, I was busy with my mic.
They're just too drawn to their own projects to properly vibe with each other. Tiago, the crabman. Have you seen him though?
Oh, the crab man. Still gives me the creeps the way he moves. But he doesn't actually come down that much, just climbs around the rafters.
Alright.
I just tried to stay away from the crab man. But he talks to Noid. They seem to have some thing going on.
Like they synchronized, or like how much of a thing? What do they talk for?
Beats me. Noid said they get along somehow. They're both crazy enough, I guess.
It's really neat seeing things from Noid's perspective and then Esel's perspective. What's he do up there?
Who knows? He doesn't really answer our questions, see? Not that it's easy to ask them. What are we supposed to do? Yell up at the tower?
Well then thanks.
Who do you want to know about?
I guess just everyone. Andre.
Andre? He's a cool guy. Doesn't really come off as one, but he is. To me at least.
So that's some fondness for your lame man.
He takes care of shit. Sorry. I mean, he's got a vision. For what life should be, you know? He tries to push things until everything falls into place. He's an organizer.
Oh, what has he organized, would you
Nothing.
say?
But then again, there's nothing to organise around here either. He really wants this church thing to work.
Well, you sound inspired by him.
Must have taken it as a sign when he found it abandoned like that. Said it was an augury. I don't know where he got that from. Andre's not super intelligent. I've never seen him so psyched about anything though. And he's often psyched. Looks sort of desperate, like it's his last chance or something. Or maybe he was just high. I mean, not that he does drugs, just high, you know?
I think we figured out that they do drugs, but you're solid for not narking on them. We can say high on life, on his mother's loves. Relax, we're police officers, but we're corrupt, rotten to the marrow. You can tell us about drugs and shit, I don't give a fuck. But, hey, sometimes you just gotta say what makes you laugh.
Yeah, drugs, shit, fuck. We don't care.
Kim, this is why I have you out at 1 in the morning.
Yes. Anyway.
Is Andre your boyfriend, we could say, super casually?
Yes.
Okay, I thought that maybe there would be some sort of deflection of feelings, but just yes. Okay, how about the others?
Who do you want to know about?
I guess about Noid, who I've just talked to, and he's like right here.
He's a four-burger, I guess, like the rest of us. Okay, maybe not Egg, I don't know about him, but Noid and the rest are from Forberg, making the pilgrimage up north to visit the Elysium.
So, is this temporary?
He's real hardcore about the lifestyle.
Huh. What's he do?
What do you mean do? Like for a living?
I guess yes, not to be sarcastic on you.
He's a carpenter, trained and all. He's very good, he just doesn't have the mindset to work like that. In a shop somewhere.
Then he could replace the window with something cooler if he wanted? Harry, you should talk to him. You could ask him to carve Kim up. Okay, so because of his beliefs, the hardcore and the ribs and the spinal cord and stuff.
Not to sound too dramatic, but I wouldn't make light of his belief system when he's around. Noid's a serious person. He's serious about the lifestyle.
I don't know. How about we say we're not making light? We're just understanding it for the first time, new to it. Well, what's the pilgrimage you're talking about? Is it music-based?
It's just something poor Forberg kids do every spring. To pass the time, we walk the entire length of Boogie Street, up to Jamrock. Or as much as possible.
Why wouldn't it be possible?
I don't know, man. Have you been down Boogie Street? It's a little bewildering.
Well, you can say that you haven't. Or say, have I not told you I'm a raging alcoholic who recently drank himself into oblivion so deep he can't even remember what sounds like the biggest street in the city? I mean, I mean, it comes off as a little defensive, but it's a full context, and that's very honest.
No?
We could say, well, I am, or, God, the funniest option would be to say, because I'm not, now tell me something else about Noid. I said it for honesty, and we're sticking to honesty.
Okay. Then you should go and take a look, I guess. Boogie Street is cool. It's got a lot of immigrants and all kinds of different people.
Well, nice. You can say I might do that if I make it there alive, or it's unlikely I'll make it there. Chest pains, need to continue drinking, but thank you. I put one drink in him this playthrough. Well, let's maybe make it there alive.
Yeah. I hope you do.
How about the
Who do you wanna know
others,
about?
like Egghead?
What do you mean?
Ken, how do you talk to him? SL, do you have any hints? If I borrow your microphone and I put it up to him, then would there be hints about how he works? What does he think he's doing when he yells and all that stuff? I guess you could ask that, yeah.
Oh, that. He's the party boy.
We could ask, what's a party boy? But I feel like it's self-evident.
And Nordic music doesn't really do vocals in the traditional sense. Vocals are thought of as rock. That's to say they're a bit backward. No offense if you like rock music though. Rock music's cool by me.
We could say rock music forever. No offense taken, go on. You don't have to tell me rock music is dead. I abandoned it a long time ago. Can't disco to rock. The outside music opinion here from the gamer is that all music is awesome all the time, all of it. Rock on then?
Yes, forever. Anyway, even if you don't have vocals, you still need someone to say something every now and then, right? To urge things on. That's where the party boy comes in. He basically just stands on the stage and dances and yells how awesome everything is. It's very catchy.
Only encountering him outside of a really jumping club scene just makes his existence like that just completely baffling in a good way. Like he just spawned in like that, just fueled by his own beliefs, not inspired by anything at all.
I understand. People are usually afraid to do things if others aren't already doing them. Dancing makes you dance, like sneezing makes you sneeze, or yawning makes you...
Not to get too sleepy on you.
Anyway.
You understand though. You want to take that understanding somewhere. You want to take my hand. Okay, where's he from? How long has he been with you guys?
Actually, we don't know where he's from, or who he is really.
That's oddly hilarious, a little bit terrifying.
One time we were out partying somewhere in backwater Forburg. Or maybe even Coal City, I can't remember. Maybe it was Coal City. Egg was yelling along to some jam someone was spinning, all night long. Just kept yelling until he didn't have a shred of voice left. When the sun came up over the mines. There were mines? Yeah, it was in Coal City. Egg came with us. He made this wheezing puppy dog sound all the way back. Couldn't even speak. It was definitely Coal City, because it took us 2 days to walk back to the fort. He just wheezed the whole way. We never really asked why he came with us, or who he was. I think his name is Jermaine.
Okay. Just some guy that you kind of know.
People are sweet.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds sweet.
You can see it must have been a great night. The memory causes her to go silent for a moment or two.
Well, that's kind of beautiful.
You wish you'd been there.
Oh, Inland Empire.
Who do you want to know
It's the
about?
end of that tree then. Except for asking about herself. What do I miss in the chat? You're talking about the arbitrary boxes of gender and saying Estelle is very cool and pleasant to talk to. A soothing kind of a voice. One of the characters you personally vibe with the most. Someone I would want to be. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. It had been long enough that I couldn't immediately pick up that Sona was trying to talk about the game that she almost helped make. Oh my gosh, And there's... Okay, that's why he knows about the architecture from carpentry. That was still such a strange shock of being oddly impressed. And I also like she appreciates getting to meet different people as well. Very cool and accepting person. Caught you being enthusiastic about the conversation game. I really believe that I saw some kind of like a gif or clip or something about the two of them like busting a move. It's gotta be possible. Both of you bust a move at the same time. Okay, Estelle, tell us about yourself though.
Me? Again?
Cause I forgot. I don't know.
I told you, I'm a silver bird.
And we can ask what it means.
It means I don't answer questions about myself.
We could say you have to answer me. Or fair enough. But we did say we were corrupt earlier, so does that make it lighthearted?
Is there a law that would stop me from lying, though?
That's a great point. Stand your ground, Estelle. Even if you say you have to answer.
That would depend on the circumstances.
We could say just fair enough, I guess.
Thank you.
Alright, Silver Bird. Sorry to be all policey with you.
Sure.
I think that's it then, if I've gone through almost all of it. Just wondering about making fires. Here's this incredible window. Just incredible amount of detail in
Oh,
here.
hey man, it's good to see you.
Easy to get lost in it. We can sort of ask... we could sort of ask about the hair. I'm deeply curious. I want to keep looking for options that will make him also feel like dancing. Break it down, man. Okay, what's with the hair though?
It's to express my individuality.
Well, I haven't seen anyone else with that hair, so it is working.
Is that a bald spot? It's hard to tell for sure with the fused together spikes, but it looks like he's balding.
Okay, perception, call him out like that. Some people start balding at 14. Is it because you're balding?
Or because I'm balding, yes. I want to fuse the remains of my hair together before it leaves me.
Okay, well that was like really easy going about it. Immediately acknowledging when you've got the facade going
I
on.
want to show my hair. I don't give a fuck how old you think I am. I'm 20.
Okay.
Not 20.
Estelle referred to this group as kids. How young is she? Okay, is it important to you though to be an individual?
Of course it is. Otherwise, I'd just be another poor guy with no education and no money. General issue, man. Now I'm all that, and I have radical spikes.
Yeah, no, okay. Noid put forth a lot of philosophy. It was really interesting. It seems really love-centric. And yet, this seems like really real and true. You know, just acknowledge everything that's going on and also have radical hair spikes on top of it. There's something resonant about that. We could say fair enough.
Maybe it was a bad idea. Anyway.
No, that's not why I talked to you about it. There is dance fever around here. Alright, well that seems mostly clicked through.
Goodbye, officer.
Talked to as officer, huh? Okay. Well, that seems like a decent amount of detail for the time being. Good. God, I can't really tell if the spot of silence is any different. Is there anything in here where I can ask you to dance? It's very important to me. I know it's not within character, but we'll figure it out. Looking at the chat as I walk, you're saying dancing is possible, but you must find the rest of the pieces of the song to increase your chances. Oh, well, that is exciting. There's more stuff to find out about Estelle, but I don't know how. Should I give a hint about what it is? You know, I guess I run the risk of feeling pretty darn lost, so yeah, sure. There are hints to be appreciated. Yeah. And got okay, tasks versus math. Okay, so that's kind of neat. Even if the clock goes over the time, it doesn't begin a Friday entry, or does it? Does not begin a Friday entry until You've gone to sleep. That's really satisfying to me for some reason. That's how I think of days myself. Yeah, still counted as day 4. Well, I hope that's not a sign of breakage. Wow, even at this late hour, the little old lady is there. I feel like I should click on her
The old
only
woman
to
still
say...
sits in her chair, continuing with her chores. The buzz of electric lights blends together with the slow rumble of the ocean waves at night.
Tabby, it's very late. You're still up?
Yes, I can't really sleep anymore. Only a few hours a night.
Well,
It happens when you grow older.
Alright.
My suggestion is don't. Don't grow any older than you already are. That's old enough. What's troubling your mind?
Well, now what you've just said is troubling my mind. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Because, I mean, it sounds like dying. So, I found that jacket I was looking for. Could you wash it? Well, that's kind of nuts. She's been so kind already, but I am curious, though.
I can wash it for you, but it's going to take about a half an hour. Think you can stay put for that long?
Oh my. Oh my. Wait, okay, wait, 2 a.m.?
Hell yeah. No, we must run around ceaselessly. It would be torture to stay put.
I could use a breather. It's been another track and field day.
I have to put you to sleep. I mean, there's no penalties exactly, but I know it's cruelty. Not right now.
Suit yourself. Patience obviously isn't your strong suit.
No, it's 1 a.m. Alright, we go on sleeping though. We go on sleeping though. And there's...
It's getting cold, this late in the night. Time to call it a day.
And I definitely could have done that earlier. Sent him away, but I'm glad he's been there for all of the dialogue options. He needs so much overtime.
Good night, officer.
Woo!
We'll meet in front of the shack in the morning.
Absolutely blinked out of existence. That's one of the most distinct, and it's tradition now. We've got to remove all of the clothing. Tradition. You've got to. It's gonna get tougher to sort through all of this now, isn't it? And there is a 8-eyed pterodon tie. Okay, is there even room in here? What would be the most uncomfortable to sleep with if there's no room in here? There's absolutely no room in here. Big jacket? In which case I would put a robe on you so there is no more pants? And that's what it means to take care of you. Okay, no, there is more slots, and I didn't scroll down far enough. Okay. Nice. Anyway. You shall be all comfortable and sleepy for sleep. And there's...
The bed is comforting, if a bit run down. Still, you've earned a rest.
There's much less sleep than I would want you to get. Go on then. And things I've missed in the chat.
The bed underneath you is soft, if lumpy. Waves wash the sand underneath the hut, then grow distant to your ear. In the quiet hum of the organic heater, you fall asleep.
Is it a nice sleep? A good sleep? 5 some odd.
Like a deftly cast fishing net. Sleep pulls you out of the world and into its dark shore. The rough mesh chafes. Tightening around you, it digs into your brain.
Hey, limbic system. I tried very much so to wear a silk robe to sleep. If you can't feel it, that's unfortunate. Okay, we can say this is gonna be really chill. Dark shore my ass. I know what this is. Or just let me sleep. Yeah, I mean the first one.
How have things been going for you out there? Helped anyone lately? Saved anyone lately? Murdered anyone lately?
I'm so very comfortable with this that I'm just gonna give myself a goddamn break from it. I know it's only been 2 seconds. What'd you say about a cell though? A cell knows Evrart and you'll leave it there. Oh, okay, that's one hell of a hint. Yeah, Evrart first thing in the morning if the ancient reptilian brain releases us to experience morning. There's talk of physical instrument be like, I can't stand still, I have ADHD. And I think you can read your communist book you got from those guys if you want to. I want to sleep in a shack by the sea, in a small fishing village, away from the world where no one will find me. I have the urge to give both Harry and Kim a decent amount of sleep for all the good it does. But also I'm kind of curious if anything happens if I make him get basically 0 of it. Like, it seems like there should be some kind of a weird thing that happens. Because, I don't know, that's the logic of my world. Something bad happens if you don't get the sleep. But something bad happens if he does try to get sleep, so maybe he should have read a book, honestly.
Because you know you are a murderer.
Okay.
A disco music listening psycho killer who offs poor people. And then forgets about it.
I almost wanted to say to that, how do you know they weren't rich people? Because you still have a job. Because you still have a job. They only could have been poor. They couldn't have been that rich. We could say, I don't care, that doesn't scare me. I'm a murderer and that's bad. Or I just want to sleep. I mean, you're wrestling with the thoughts. You gotta block. You gotta put your fists up.
Hear that? He doesn't even flinch. Iceman doesn't care about killing people.
It was
That's
a question.
nothing to him. Blackwater, under the bridge. The thing he's really scared of.
Come on, come on.
Is much, much worse than that.
We could say, why are you doing this? I just want to sleep. I already started down this path, so what is it?
Don't tell him, sister. It's
Oh, sister.
too bad.
They're right. This is their function. To keep you from it.
Okay, volition. Hold me down, put me under.
We're trying to help you.
Really?
All these processes, these tortures, voices and tremors are all just distractions, flares and countermeasures to keep you from the last dream. The worst of them all.
Is it negative if I extrapolate that everything I slightly don't understand is probably an allegory for death? I mean, not to say that misunderstanding is at the forefront of my perception when I'm trying to perceive this. I would say that it just sounds like death. It just sounds like death when you say the last dream. Ask, then. The last dream?
The last dream will be total annihilation.
Yeah?
Cinders peeling off the fuselage.
Yeah.
We won't be there to help you anymore, Harry. We will be dormant. You will be naked and alone.
It's hard to imagine not having at least a reptilian brain. You could oh, you can just finish their sentence. The air will smell of apricots. Her face forms in summertime. I don't want to anymore. I don't want to think either one of those things. Little 2 options up here. Why wouldn't you want to think of apricots? Is it still her? Is she still in there? It's a
of hell.
Okay.
An ancient sadness, brother. 10,000 years later, in front of the video rental, there is a warm breath on your face again. Everything is okay again.
Their relationship feels like a wishbone that didn't break even, like she ripped off more of him than he had.
Everything is so okay.
Okay, limbic system. We can say it doesn't sound like it'll be okay, or you just can't wait for it to be okay. You can't wait for it to be with her again. You have to grow towards something where she isn't there.
Your eyelids flutter open for a moment. When you close them again, you sense the light of the room around you. You're back. In 2 seconds, the alarm will ring.
I'm sorry, Insomniac. I should have read the book. Yeah, that's my bad. Yeah, I'm sorry.
The last thought in your head before waking is, maybe you shouldn't have seen that stained glass window in the church.
If you say so. It's a really, really protective amnesia that he's having, isn't it? Healed morale? After that? Well, that's remarkable. I can't believe there's a little working heater in here. That much of getting up, huh? And things in the chat are, Harry is a cop. Just the logic checks out on the amount of deaths and the manner of deaths. 3 of them, though. I mean, Kim said it was less, but it still exists, you know? There's I'll be naked with Kim, the scary foreshadowing, and he feels so good everything is fine. You're doing a very good job of not spoiling this for me, aren't you? You're doing a very good job right now, and I feel it, of how much that I don't know. I was kind of wondering about putting on his empathy clothes for the day, or something like that. Just whatever the hell is here. Disco ass blazer. Whatever the hell is here for... Sweet Jesus. I never tried that combination before. Just your police jacket and nothing underneath it. Okay, that was always an option. You can have interfacing, you can have authority if you wanted. Well, I wanted to have something for empathy. Anything? Inland Empire and Volition. Sure. God, that's a strong fit to start out with. Okay, things can go on. Yeah, why not? You love logic. We don't like the Kingdom of Conscience trousers. Do we like having less reaction speed? Maybe. And something will happen with the shirt as well. Minus to empathy. This is no more like we're in the mesh shirt again. And yeah, I mean, the fit goes kind of hard now. And by kind of, I don't know how much. Do we want more? More logic? Or more encyclopedia? The encyclopedia has been relatively it's been useful. Empathy shoes, that's what I was looking for. I've put on all the rest of these, and what I really needed was empathy shoes. And then just a little bit of the gloves. God, every time I wouldn't think that it would make me laugh to that degree that it would. Okay, I have to get up early tomorrow. I have a limited amount of things that I can do in here. I have to get up early tomorrow. Hey, Kim. What is good?
Yes?
Well, apparently not much new. Just that we're here now with 30 minutes for a jacket.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night.
The waves are great.
What can I help you with?
The personal hell is less.
Well, hand it over then, and I'll see what I can do.
You know, right on the half an hour. That's real clean.
Must say, I'm proud of this one.
That was
It's
15
pretty
minutes.
nice underneath all that filth. I hope you take better care of it than its last owner.
That's amazing. You are a miracle worker. My goodness, you're amazing. There's not an option there to say you're amazing. There's saying it's fun watching you not known by stuff out. Indeed. The foremost thing on my mind, although we're nearby things that are interesting, we've got the people to talk to, so-called drunks, though they have names. We've got them to talk to. We've gotten precious little sleep. And okay, the foremost on my mind though was Evrart. Guy in the thumbnail knows what's up, Evrart. are also tired out here have mercy? Have you changed positions? That, so it wasn't on purpose? Changing positions? I mean, let's go on then. Just running around. Wait, I'm missing things. Ah, I don't want to be missing things. Okay, I'm missing a little bit of things. There's asking if it's Idiot Doom Spiral's jacket. I don't think he ever reported about the corpse on the boardwalk and found out where the working class woman lives. Yeah, I'm not sure about the where she lives. I tried to see if I knew where that dialogue option was in the car at the beginning of the episode, so and then that made me think that maybe I had clicked on it, but the uncertainty of whether I did or didn't is bugging me. Okay, click around because Mr. Evrart is helping us find our gun. Mr. Evrart is what? He's what? Helping find the gun. And yeah, that was Idiot Doom Spiral's jacket though. Look over here. Why was that dialogue measurehead makes all men quiver? I've had plenty of opportunities to really see that dialogue, and yet you see it fresh for the first time once again, and you're like, all of them, everyone quivering? You sure? Okay, if you say so, quivering, if you're sure. Alright, so your gun is being found. Click. Yeah, what's forgotten on the coffee table? Can I snoop? Can I snack? Can I steal? All things that I'm interested in doing. And then there's saying you did click on it in the past but hadn't read the library card to find out the information. Oh, and then hadn't called back. Okay. Yeah, we'll look around
Mr.
in the car area.
Every work, huh?
Every work. Oh, wow. Okay, so no hellos, just a test of loyalty. Yeah, sure. Yeah, if you want. Every worker is a living god, is a organ in the great state organism of war, and also looks just like me. The number 3 is so specific out here. Number 1 is like an affirmation of loyalty. Interesting enough. Where are you going with number 3? I need to know. An organ?
Hey, why the hell not?
Okay.
Now, how can I help you today?
Sure. There's things that are turned off or opened the door. Yeah, I mean, let's go forward with opening the door. Can we talk about the murder now?
I'm very glad to hear that, Harry. One question. You didn't actually happen to stumble in and see what's inside the apartment, did you?
Why do you say it like that, my man?
There is no way to sway this man in any direction. He is unsuggestible and unswayable. Just tell the truth.
Okay. God, what am I wearing to have enough stats for this? We can say I may have gone inside and seen a collection of racist mugs. We can say I did go inside. Weasel had the flag of old Revachol on his wall. The deal wasn't for me to go inside, so I didn't. Sure, there's lying if you want to be lying. I went back to that part, to watch that part of my playthrough specifically to see how it went. A little bit. He said that you weren't being tailed. The racist mugs, though, yeah.
Just as I thought. Culturally antiquated mug collection. What a weasel. Pissing on Everart's Rainbow Coalition.
That's one way to see it, as a personal affront to you.
Now let's get down to brass tacks. It's time for men like me and you to figure out who's killed who and why.
Well, that's giving
Real
you a lot of
police work
authority.
is gonna start happening now. I promise you, Harry, this is gonna be good.
Are we your subordinate? Hi? Oh, no, let's just talk, though. I've heard about a connection between the lynching and the strike. I'd like to hear what you know about it. What would he even tell us, though?
By now, I'm sure you've figured out who the dead man was working for. The bad guys.
Wild Pines.
Sent to scare us. Another violent measure of the top hats against us flatcaps.
Well, that's some striking imagery. We're listening.
Harry, this strike is the culmination of many, many mistakes made by the Wild Pines group. They tried to shut the strike down by sending in armed mercenaries.
Yeah, that's one hell of a mistake to be sure. And it's gonna get worse.
You mean our victim?
Yeah.
A security contractor? Can you imagine that? Workers standing in peaceful protest, united in the spirit of fellowship, and they send hired killers to mow us down with machine gun fire?
I mean, yes, not great. It's very
He
corporate.
performs a motion as if spraying bullets from a machine gun.
Brap, brap, brap.
I'm talking beasts. Hardened killers from proxy wars in Yisut, Semenine, Saramaritsa, you name it, they've done it. Raping, killing, burning villages, killing little children for the Senorita Pineapple Company, Harry.
You know, very historically based indeed. So, we've heard them about it too.
Everything they did there, they brought over here. They want to turn Revachol into a third world slum.
That's
Honestly,
one way to say
the
it.
only thing they didn't do is kill the village elephant.
Well, now I have to ask, you have a village elephant? It's beside the point, I know, but what would you say?
No, Harry, the elephant is metaphorical and so is the village, but the mercs and their brutality are very real.
Okay. But if you had an elephant, you would say so and you would tell me, right? And I would get to see an elephant? Well, go on then.
Now, I haven't personally witnessed the brutalities out there. I have the luxury of staying in my container, you see. If I need to go somewhere, they just move my container.
Well, that's strangely hilarious. The stuff around here doesn't look totally secured. It looks like it would fall over a bit. They move it?
Yes, I'm an old man, Harry. My legs aren't what they used to be. They lift my office with that big crane. It's actually very fun. You should try it.
Okay, so now in addition to gun on the loose, I am wondering about the possibility of, could the mercenary actions be intercepted by dropping a container on them? That seems too simple, but also possible, but also really violent.
But enough about me and my fun container. The killers the company hired, I think there were 3 of them, all hardened commando types.
Okay.
One of them got downright suicidal, getting drunk, violent, a little rapey. Even their own negotiator couldn't control him. That's your boy, the one who likes hanging out and trees.
You talk in such a way.
By negotiator, you mean Joyce?
Yeah?
Harry, what you need to realize is, we dock workers are not pushovers.
Sure.
We got grit, Harry. This whole neighborhood does. Push us hard enough and we push back. And when we do, we push to kill.
This is matching your lawyer's story, hey? Well, okay, the whole neighborhood is in on it. You could ask who did the pushing.
Potentially, Harry, potentially. We got arm wrestling champions, rowing club people, ex-coal miners, tough guys, all ready to spring into action for their home base.
Very to the letter of your laws. Okay, who did the pushing?
There's a militant wing inside the Union. A group of people whose duties don't involve manual labor, but peacekeeping in the neighborhood, making sure everything runs smoothly.
All of that, and you're about to tell us what we already know, aren't you?
They're like you guys. Idealistic people who want to make sure bad things don't happen. And if they already have, well, punishment must follow.
So these idealists killed our victim?
One day Titus Hardy, leader of this peacekeeping faction, comes up to me and says, "Boss, socialist democratic fervor drove us to take it upon ourselves to kill this beast that was burdening the land."
Yeah, and like we've met Titus Hardy, and that's exactly how he talks. Yeah, of course, yeah.
He probably worded it differently, but that was the idea. Sure sounded to me like they killed him. I gave them 2 weeks paid leave and told them to lay low to avoid retaliation.
Well, you are very cool-headed about this.
Aren't you worried we might arrest them for this?
Oh, I'm not at all worried about that. These are not the kind of men who get arrested. They're Martinez boys, tough and gritty. I'd like to see the man who takes them in. Besides, I sent my lawyer girl to look after them.
Ah. The implication being that we physically cannot arrest them and they're just that much tougher. Sure,
Despite his
sure.
boastful tone, he's having doubts about something. But what?
And empathy is responsible for that one.
Maybe he doesn't believe the boys really had it in them. They're his boys, after all.
Are you not in on it? Are you not in on all of that? We could say, I think you're sharing information with the police because you don't think they actually did it. Sure, that seems like getting somewhere.
That's very clever, Harry. Yes, they might have said it just to impress some girls or something. But Titus has a bad temper, so the chances are 50-50.
We could give away all that information, I guess. We've met the lawyer girl. The bullet seems oddly crucial. I don't know. I guess I'll click it last. How do you know the mercenaries were hired? I've only just found that out.
How do I know? Let me tell you about these people. That's their MO. It's what they do. Last winter, some poor workers in Terminal E went on a little strike. The company sent in Sediment, a security contractor. The strike was over the workers' right to wear protective footwear, Harry. These guys turn up and start beating people. Tell you what, Harry, I wouldn't be surprised if we got the same mercenary company after a little rebranding. And I'm sure as hell not surprised to see an army of scabs under my gates.
And they're not all scabs either.
So you believe the scabs were organized by the security contractor?
Well, one of them is certainly a security contractor.
You said it. Hell, one of those guys looks big enough to take down that proverbial elephant.
There we go.
Boys like that don't just happen to show up during strikes.
It's that obvious, huh? The name of the company is Krenel this time. It might have been Sediment before.
Of course. You're always one step ahead of me, Harry. I'm no genius. I'm in this position because people like me.
I think you're a genius in your own ways. Political. The remaining mercenaries are organizing a tribunal to take on the Hardys.
Tribunal?
Yeah.
That sounds serious, Harry. We Union men should be shitting ourselves. I wish you hadn't told me that. I'm gonna lose sleep over this. Let's change the subject.
It's so hard to tell what he's thinking when his tone doesn't change.
He's clearly happy about the tribunal.
Cool. You don't seem too worried about it?
Oh, Harry, what do I really think about the tribunal? You're trying to climb to second base with old Evrart before you've even courted him properly.
Sure.
He wants you to do more things for him before.
Interesting. Any insight about your lawyer girl? I mean, I feel like we have an idea of her.
Oh, Liz is a bright one. I paid for that law degree myself, thinking it'll probably turn her all fancy. But hell, Harry, she came back a firebrand socialist. Sometimes she scares me with her zeal.
That's beautiful. That's hilarious. Tell me about Titus Hardy.
Oh, they are simply fine young men, all 7 of them. Exemplary union members, always working to advance their position in the local socialist democratic movement. Core members.
Okay.
Old Theo used to run them, but things really kicked into gear when Titus took the reins and named the group after himself. Gotta love his initiative.
You just have the utmost admiration for everyone in your care, huh?
Interesting. Who's second in command?
They're almost all of them great guys, born leaders. Whatever happened, I'm sure they only had the best interests of Martinez and Revachol in mind.
Evasive, but what else can you be?
Work with them. Hell, interview them. But don't fight them. They really are just like you. Men who like beer, women, and some order on the streets.
Well, aren't you a diplomat? Well, I met the Hardys. Can you ask them to cooperate with me?
But of course! It's the least I can do for my good friend Harry. I'll do it right after we've concluded this talk.
You can now go and tell Titus about this. See what he has to say.
I'm really wondering.
Also, Harry, here's 5 real.
took some earlier. Hilarious. Is it too late to switch it up now that we're aware of capital as a concept? I only wanted to help with the Hardy Boys.
Oh, I wasn't offering it to you, just holding it out there.
Huh?
But I'm willing to share information. Was there anything else?
Okay, sure, yeah, here's 5 real. This is the thing that people say when they're just announcing the existence of 5 of a currency. Okay, brute force, choose all the options. There was a bullet in the hanged man's head.
So they shot him?
Pleasantly surprised?
He was shot in the head before he was hanged.
Thanks for being here, Kim.
How odd. I don't know what to say, Lieutenant. They told me they hanged him. A hanged man is what I saw when I took a look into that yard.
Can I light any fire under your ass? Just to gain anything.
What I do know is the case is in safe hands.
Okay.
If anyone can get to the bottom of this shot and hanged man, it's my 2 little policemen. Godspeed, policeman.
He's so completely cool-headed. Alright, I had so much trepidation about clicking that one. Then I guess we conclude.
Was it a good tour? I'm not sure we made much headway here. I was hoping we'd bust the case wide open. Heck, I even wanted to tell you what I really want to achieve with the strike.
What, every worker a member of the board?
I don't know what happened, Harry. I wanted you to feel like Mr. Martinez. And of course, I also wanted you to find your gun. But it's like I can't completely trust you. Yet.
Mr. Evrart is not helping me find my gun, goddamn.
Yes, Harry. It's like I can't fully trust you if you're not a man of the left.
Sure.
I want to, but I just can't.
Okay, and by left, I would guess you specifically mean you. 'Cause, like, he's trying to join communism. I don't know.
A man of the left. So you have to be a social democrat.
There's nuance here, there's nuance here.
He's been hurt too much in the past by men who aren't social democrats.
Rhetoric and empathy, giving us a lot to work with. We can say I'm not a man of the left, I'm a patriot of Revachol. I've met a patriot and I did not like his house or collection of mugs. You're right not to trust me, I take care of me, I'm a hustler, I grind, I'm a money engineer. Okay, gamer grind set. We could say, what's that supposed to mean? I'm more left than you are, or this is another corrupt scheme, isn't it? I'm neither left nor right. I do what my heart tells me to do. Enough of this centrism. Kill the centrism. Challenge him for his job right now.
You're saying it, but I don't believe
okay.
You know how it is. Company snitches, agent provocateurs everywhere. I'm barricaded in this fortress of mine, and I need to get a message out. Will you help me?
Apparently.
And what would this entail?
Good. Thank you, Kim. Ask questions before I plop us into this pot of boiling oil. What's good?
Once again, I require nothing unethical or illegal of you.
Okay.
You just need to get 2 little signatures on this piece of paper, and then mail it to my accountant in La Delta.
Well, that could constitute coercion, because we're policemen. Whose signatures is it? First off, Kim, what do you think of this?
It depends. I don't think what we just got from Mr. Clare was very useful.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there's no sense of forward motion.
But, he thinks, it's your call.
As I said, it weighs on me heavily. But once we get really talking, well, I'm gonna hand you the keys to Martinez, and maybe even help you figure out who's behind this killing.
I know you're not gonna do that, but if you have gun, can we get gun? What are the signatures for?
I'm glad you asked, Harry. The Union is going to build a modern youth centre in Martinez. It will be righteous. We're gonna get those teenagers off drugs and on roller skates.
I just did like a lot of work to help the teenagers be on drugs and also dance music, so I think this kind of conflicts with what I'm doing.
Roller skating, not drugs, Harry. You like this?
It's kind of dreamy. Well, look, maybe it can be like a split sort of operation. First, you roller skate in the nice wood of the abandoned church, and then at night, there's drugs. You know, best of both worlds.
There's a nameless little street on the coast with some old houses around it. Most people have already signed. I just need 2 more signatures to get this mission off the ground, Harry?
Is it the house I'm sleeping in? I'm gonna be sick.
Yes, yes, the little cul-de-sac on the coast, where all the men have drowned, in either the sea or the bottle. A gloomy place, doesn't have that Union attitude.
Are you gonna offer them a different house?
You're already pretty deep into this. What's a little more? No one can see you here in Martinez.
Could you accept the task and then like never get it done? What will happen to the current occupant? You have a house, a nice house.
They are just gonna have to deal with the construction noise for 6 months, and then they'll be living like kings, right next to a fancy
not
new youth
full
centre
eviction.
designed by the best architects from Stella Marie.
Jeez. Well, that's gonna be uncomfortable. We could say, if I happen to be there, he knows you're sleeping there. I can ask them, accept the task, or I'm not gonna do this, reject the task. Hey, accepting the task doesn't mean that I'm gonna be good at it.
You bring joy to my heart, Harry. Such a pleasure to be working with you.
Interesting.
You need to get signatures from Isabel Sadie and
Well,
Lillian
we've
Carter.
met the
cul-de-sac is right past the pawn shop and across the canal. I heard there was some trouble with the water lock, but it should be fixed now.
Oh yeah, we know.
Once you have the signatures, mail this to 13022 La Rocca in La Delta. Then I'll know you're a solid socialist.
For socialism, then. We can... God, wait, that's funny. Wait, okay. I've been absolutely, I don't know, pressed about remembering things and an upcoming mercenary tribunal. But wouldn't it be so funny if I didn't even leave the goddamn room? And I just clicked on something that's like, I mailed the signatures you asked me to get. God, no, I can't keep laughing at everything. There's gonna be a consequence eventually. I can't keep laughing. Okay, we can talk about the gun or details concerning the murder, or you turned something off. Well, I was curious about that though.
What?
The shady brew, you told me to make it shadier? I didn't. It had alcohol in it. Now there's no alcohol.
Did I? Well done then, Harry. I like not knowing about it, and I'm sure you made the right call. I spend the whole day delegating tasks, and it's a great relief to see people taking initiative.
God, that's weirdly
I don't
funny.
even want to know what all of that means. Brew, shady, alcohol, turned off. I'm gonna let the world surprise me.
Absolutely beautiful. So you're saying there's sneaky ways of doing the task without doing it. And saying we're a bisexual communist, of course we'll have to. Okay. Sharing more information is one way to go. Talking about second base with evrart. Honestly, when I was looking up images for the thumbnail of this, there was Harry and evrart fan art, and I was like, how did I never think of that before? Maybe I just haven't been thinking. Extremely tempting to instantly lie. Ugh. Like to not even leave the room and then lie. To not even leave the, what is this?
Honorable One, you have accumulated a substantial amount of honor points on your life path. You are a man most virtuous.
There were honor points?
Of course there were honor points.
Okay,
Did
hi.
you think no one was paying attention to all of your honorable deeds, Honorable One?
The authority, every single time you speak up, I don't trust you, but today I trust you even less. We could say I only try my best. It's the most any of us can do. This is a mistake. Honor is meaningless to me. Well, I mean, maybe you do try your best.
Oh, the modesty on this one. Another 10 honor points for you, sir.
Are we cosplaying right now?
You are on the fast track to becoming one of the rarest, most revered of all
The
police
copper type returns.
and honor cop.
It returns. You can say your honor is your life. We can ask if it's an archaic concept first, though. Analyze it before swallowing it.
Living in the name of virtue and doing noble deeds while expecting nothing in return is not archaic. How can you even think that?
I mean, that seems oddly comforting, does it? Maybe it does. Maybe.
Selflessness forms the basis for the warrior code, an ageless code, as fit for nomadic Ilmaran tribes traversing the vast red plateau in Provincia Gordi, as it is for your neighborhood postman.
Well, that's an oddly unifying sort of thought that you're contemplating in Everart's office, just kind of standing to yourself. You could say the whole thing's sounding very you, or it sounds arrogant, a secretive self-regard. I mean, warrior codes are sometimes tied to fascism, but I want to pick up a cool thought at some point. I'm on the mission of picking up more cool thoughts. If I say that it's arrogant, does it click us out of it instantly?
Mm-hmm. You are like a wandering night monk, setting right the wrongs of the world you come upon.
Well, at least it's for a good cause.
Are you ready to drink deep from the cup of honor?
Can I explore whether it's self-centered first?
Living
just
in
like
the selflessness
if it's arrogant?
No. You see, you're putting the needs of others above yours. You get nothing in return, not even praise. You always get the short, noble end of the stick.
That's authority. That sounds like rationalizing your suffering. But also, the suffering did promise to continue very loudly. Whenever you sleep, it did always promising to continue. So I think we're gonna
Don't
probably...
think about it too much. Just say it. Are you ready to get knee-deep in honor?
Yes, elbow deep even. My honor is my life.
Yes, your deeds are spoken for you, honorable one. But to fully drape oneself in an eternal cloak of honor, a ritual must be completed. A rite of
This
honor.
is sounding like gang initiation. What are you doing to me, authority?
Even among the honorable, only the most dignified are deemed worthy. But you, O honorable one, have excelled in honor.
What the hell, man?
Honor comes from deep within you, and to truly know oneself, to know one's honor, one must reach deep within oneself and touch one's honor.
Prostate exam? Okay, so...
You need to bring the thumb of your right hand, your sword hand,
I'm...
to your rectum.
Psychic! I'm psychic!
The arch of honors.
Authority! Authority! You just wanted to jerk it, homeboy. You could have led with that, but it would have been less psychologically affirming, so I see why you didn't. You just went to experiment, authority. I didn't know you were down like that, man. Of course. This is mentally healthy. We're going for it. What if someone comes and sees you? This is someone who almost left the house in just the coat of authority and camaraderie and nothing else. Okay, what if someone sees me where all I ever wanted was to live with dignity, to die with right now. Just you can ask questions first. Questions are good. What if someone sees you?
Then they will witness honor so great. It
You're
seems nigh
having
impossible
a mental break.
They will admire you.
You're having a mental break. Hey, so we're here in Everett Claire's office. And he's put us through so much that I just kind of think that some posturing in the other direction is needed. I think authority is saying it, so it's kind of a power move to stick your thumb up your ass right now. I've been really on task. Let's do one crazy thing.
What are you doing?
I'm changing colors. Oh my god. Okay. No. This is terrible. Just gonna keep clicking for a second. We can say I'm honoring myself, Lieutenant. You're definitely something in yourself. Nothing you wouldn't understand. It's an honor thing. Me, I'm doing nothing, Kim. Scratching my ass. What's the big deal? There's a way that this could appear to be sane and not a mental break. Scratching my ass is still one last reach. One hand is in your ass, but the other hand is reaching back to be grounded in reality. And I'm gonna pull that hand away from that fourth option because we got here on conviction, and it's and it's honorable. I'm honoring myself, Lieutenant.
Well, don't.
Things are bad. Please take me to a hospital. Please take me to a psychiatrist. I listened to an internal voice to say to
Have you no self-control? Please spare me this.
I thought the coat was maybe gonna be long enough. Did you? I have some really thick gloves on right now. I have some armored gloves on right now. Did you go for the full? Okay.
The lieutenant is a noble man, but he does not know honor like you and I do.
In a different
Let's
way,
not
I
to waste
assume.
time trying to explain. Lead by example.
Lead by example. You want to get other people in on the brown handshake?
Congratulations, honorable one.
I'm feeling
You have become a member
congratulated.
of a noble faculty. A man kneels, and honor cop rises.
I want there to be a hand washing function in this game. There's so many things that I've done that make me want a hand washing function in this game. Why?
Go forth and commit even more honorable deeds.
You're more honorable
And
than
should your
this?
resolve ever waver, remember the right of honor. It will
In front of
always
Evrart
cleanse
and
a
Kim.
man's soul.
God, okay, sure.
It is an honor to serve with you, honor cop.
Overproductive honor glands. There were so many chances not to fully commit to that, but instead, we bonded with the lieutenant and inadvertently Evrart Claire. What the hell could I click after this?
Clear you like the hard stuff, Brota.
Like what? I'm just okay. This could be long as well. What the hell's happening in the chat? God. Like when I didn't think it was gonna be insane when I first started clicking on it. I thought it was gonna be. It could have been anything. Why did I think it was gonna be insane? Okay, full mental break though. Yeah, sure. Honorability. It was off to a great start. Don't your honor out the public goes. God. What a moment. Authority is based for this. Authority has had some sketchy freaking moments. It's had some sketchy moments. But this just the one time, I trust that guy. And he does something just really cool. And by that I apparently mean public indecency. Good God, why? There's some serious armor. Some full ceramic. So now I have this one. How did we get to the honor cop thought with all of this? Oh, this second thought is less of a laugh. Why is it saying bro, they're like the cat meme? We can say this. You told me about this one. You told me about this one, didn't you? Are we about to... I wasn't doing anything. Maybe it's just that I've been gone for a month. Maybe I've just been traveling with my family, going places and being on breaks and things, but maybe I think that I haven't done anything to make him crave human flesh. Okay, sure, address one side of the digestive tract and let's loop back around to the other. What's up? We could say the stomach's growling. What's my lower intestine going on about? Just ask about the lower intestine first. You just really got in there. So that's more relevant.
Lower intestine. The term is metabolic and circulatory system.
Yeah, tell me more about circulatory terms, Endurance. What's the hard stuff?
Fascism, Brota.
What the shit have I been doing? Wait. What? 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 We could say, what is fascism? Stomach. I've made my mind up. Endurance, you are within us. So I feel like I'm not going to be illuminated by this. But what is lurking within you to begin with?
Many things, but it's mostly about trusting your gut. Who does your gut tell you is the source of Revachol's problems?
I thought you were my circulatory system.
Quit stalling, Bruta. We're talking about the weakest, worst, most insane thing. The weak link.
And why did I want to ask questions? Why did I want to ask questions? Just because I'm a curious soul? Because I'm a curious cat and I want to be dead or something? To opinion on somebody? We did say Dios mío, a liberal earlier.
Yes, them. But
don't do this to me.
Women.
Question mark?
Women. Men of word. You don't like them. They're insane.
God.
Their idiocy needs to be scrubbed off this world with rubbing alcohol. Woo men need to go back to the fucking kitchen.
Endurance? Authority, get back here. We're doing the other thumb. What?
That's what fascism boils down to. The rest is also important.
When you boil
the
it.
main thing is that woo men need to know their place.
Am I having some kind of stomach seizure? I don't really need any more detail.
Stomach truth. You're having a stomach truth.
Why am I getting this? Could you just tell me wrong number?
Because you've said the hard things.
Which things?
Say.
Where?
Rude things. You've said them many times.
What? Curiosity killed the fucking cat. What? Don't call it anything else. Goodbye.
You're going to keep your vooz, right?
Stop
keep
that.
Keep your vooz, Brota.
Nobody should listen to you. Talking like, what the hell? There's the opt-in button. Clear your eyeballs for this one. Good God. I'm not going to be played by an upset stomach. Sweet Jesus.
There's a slow, painful growl somewhere in your intestines, knocking on your alcohol-engorged liver.
I've been too fucking curious out here, have I? Anal exploration in front of everyone, there's no big deal. Fascism, we're gonna put a stop on that.
It is one of betrayal and disappointment.
Well, you can work out your feelings about women in therapy and with anal play, apparently. I wanted to lie to Evrart after, like, auto-saving or something, but I think, God, what time is it? I am waking up in a few hours. I think I'm gonna end that right there, just to save the game, just to thank you guys very much for being here. I'm gonna take a solid whack at, like, more progress in this game. I don't know, I'm enraptured by all of the little things that we can do. I'm enraptured by the people that there are to talk to and hear their stories, the parts that I haven't explored yet. Like, what are you setting up in that little church thing? Am I going to try to evict or coerce the people who have been so kind to me? That can't be the only option. There's all these little tidbits, and then there's the little boot of mercenaries threatening to come right down on you very, very soon. Just so much to weave together. So, thanks very much for being here as I read the last of the chat. I would have thought what they said to Noid, like as interpreting being judgmental about his style. Yeah, maybe. God, right up there next to the liver is fascism. Right up there. Oh, I feel peculiar. I'll see you next time. Oh my God. Ha.